Bob, I think you and I both agree that one of the exciting developments at Dimensional was the extension to these fee-only financial advisors. It gives us an avenue, I think, to really help the individual investor long term. It was really an exciting development. How do you see this all shaking out?
Well, there's no question having a financial advisor is going to give you a richer and better set of solutions. And I can give you some of the common sense for why that's true, other than I just saying it. And that is the following. At one stage in my life, I thought I was going to be an auto engineer. I used to build cars and race them, so I always use cars as an example, but I think it's not a bad one because it's something that's consumed by everybody. And it's complicated. And if you're designing a car, if you're designing as an engineer, you have to design that car so it works, even if they don't change the oil for 2 years. They bang the tires into the side, they get it misaligned, they keep driving the car. It's still got to work. You can't have the car seize up. You won't be in business. So it has to be very robust. And when you do robo-advice or generalized advice, where you are directly feeding into the final individual, you have a very wide array of people, both in temperament, education, and some people do the equivalent of not checking their account for 2 years, but you understand. So the principle is that if you've got to build something for the general public, smart or dumb has nothing to do with it. It's just their temperaments, and so it has to be robust, which limits what you can do. Now, staying with the car example, just so you can see it, suppose instead we're designing a car not for you and I, but for a professional driver. Now, I don't mean a Formula One driver. I mean someone who drives a limousine service or he drives a car for a living. And what does that mean? They get up every day. They think about that car. They think about, are the tires filled right? Is it washed? And they say, has the oil been changed? Why? Because if they do the right thing with the oil, the engine will last 300,000 miles. If they let it go, like you and I, it'll last 100,000 miles. Now, we don't drive that much, so it doesn't matter. To them, that's their living. So they have a strong incentive and the time and the inclination and the focus to focus on doing the right thing with the car. Now, why I bring that as an example is, if I were designing a car for them to use and only they could buy it, I could put features in it that you don't find in any off-the-shelf car in the world, because I know they're not going to mess up. They're not going to avoid it. The parallel is if we insert a financial advisor, nothing else, this is minimal, between the individual and the stuff that's coming in, that advisor, it's a full-time job for them. That's what they think about. So we can design tools, securities, products, ideas, strategies to give to that person. We would never be able to give to the retail. One, because we couldn't be sure how they would use it. Not because they're bad, it's just we don't know. So the parallel is, it's not just that you have an advisor that can help them. By having an advisor, Dimensional can create products and ideas and concepts that they could never sell directly or would never be prudent to directly give to a retail client.